Hello little dreamers and grown-ups too. This is your cozy corner of calm, a soft little bedtime campfire to gather round every night. Tonight's stories are for anyone who's had a big day. Tonight on Benny and the Bedtime Clouds, a melody drifts through the twilight. A post office of whispers awaits. Mountains listen to the wind's song, and a saxophone plays lullabies of the night. These stories were originally created for a little boy named Arthur, the storyteller's son, as part of a quiet, magical bedtime ritual. Now they're shared with families everywhere who want a moment of calm and wonder before sleep. Every story is told by a real person, not AI, because bedtime should feel human, personal, and full of heart. If you enjoy these gentle stories, please consider tapping like and subscribe. It helps this little channel grow, and we'll be right here every night. And to the amazing Little Dreamer Club, our subscribers, thank you. We're so glad to see you back again. Ready? Great. But before we start, let's do our sleepy breaths. Smell the strawberries. Blow the dandelions. There, that's better. Now we're ready for the stories. Benny and the Pianist of the Clouds. One twilight, Benny and Pip floated softly on Ron the Cloud. A sound shimmered through the sky. Not wind, not birdsong, but something warmer. A piano. They followed the melody through layers of dusk until they reached a vast sky ballroom made of shimmering mist. In its center sat a piano carved from solid cloud, its keys gleaming like moonstones. At the bench was Nocturne, a being shaped from starlight and twilight. He didn't speak. He didn't need to. His fingers moved gently, and the music told its own stories. Benny and Pip settled nearby, hushed by the sound. The notes were soft and slow, like feathers falling through the night. Each one seemed to guide a star into place, as if the sky itself was being tucked in. Pip twirled on the piano lid, her moon dust catching the light with every step. The music moved through her, through Benny, through everything. Benny felt his thoughts quiet. The sky glowed gently. The moon seemed to hum. He imagined each star listening too, their tiny lights swaying to the rhythm. Nocturne played lullabies of the universe, songs that only the night remembered. Benny let the hush carry him. His eyes grew heavy, his breathing soft and slow. As the last note faded into the clouds, Ron drifted gently onward. Benny curled into his favourite nook, and Pip nestled beside him, her wings folded like petals. The music still hummed in the air, even after it was gone. The end. Benny and the Whisper Post. One evening, Benny and Pip floated quietly on Ron the Cloud. A gentle humming rose through the rose gold mist ahead, like a lullaby without words. They passed through the mist and found something wonderful, the Whisper Post, a floating post office that only appeared at twilight. It hovered in the sky, woven from willow branches and soft moonlight. Inside, the air was hushed and smelled of lavender and old paper, Moth messengers flitted about, their wings dusted with stars. They sorted shimmering whispers, kind goodnights, sleepy sighs, and forgotten lullabies into cobweb silk satchels. Benny watched in wonder. Each moth worked in silence, gliding between shells of quiet magic. Pip joined in, helping a little moth guide a giggle into the right pouch. Her paws moved like notes in a music box. Benny found a pile of soft male sacs and sank into them with a sigh. They smelled like bedtime stories and warm hugs. Around him, the whispers drifted softly, gentle words once spoken with love, now floating back into the world. A quiet giggle, a sleepy, "I'm here," a tiny yawn. Pip curled up beside him. The moths flew in slow circles above, wings rustling like pages turning into a dream. Benny's eyes fluttered. He felt the comfort of all those kind whispers surrounding him, settling into the warm glow of the whisper post. Wrapped in softness, the sky dimmed around them. The end. Benny, Pip and Ron drifted gently down to a quiet mountain lake. The surface was still as glass, reflecting the sky like a dream. Not a breeze stirred. It felt as though the whole world had paused to breathe. Then, from beneath the water, a ripple shimmered, and Koji, an old carp with pearl-bright scales, rose to the surface. Koji blinked slowly, his eyes full of quiet knowing. He spoke softly, like water slipping over stones. Long ago, he said, the mountains were lonely. The wind would sing to them, but they could never sing back. So they listened. Day after day, they listened with such care that they learned to hold the wind's song in their hearts and whisper it back. That, Koji said with a smile, was the first echo. Benny listened with wide eyes, his paws resting gently on Ron's edge. The idea of mountains listening, not speaking, of echo as an act of love, felt like a secret the sky had shared just for him. Pip leaned against his shoulder, wings still. Even Ron didn't puff or roll. Across the lake, the mountains gave a single soft hum, just a thread of sound, like a memory returning. Benny smiled. He felt seen, as if the world had heard him too. He lay back on the cloud's warm fluff, Koji watching peacefully from the water. The lake stilled, the story stayed, and Benny slipped into sleep with echoes floating softly through his dreams. The end. Benny and the Moonlight Saxophone. One still night, Benny and Pip drifted on Ron through layers of moonlight. A warm, golden sound curled through the air, low, slow, and rich as honey. They followed the music to a quiet riverbank where mist hugged the reeds and the water shimmered like glass. There, beneath a reed umbrella, sat Paul the snail. His shell glowed softly, and from it he drew a golden saxophone, small but full of soul. Paul's eyes were half closed as he played, his movements slow and full of feeling. Each note floated out like a long, contented sigh. The music wandered across the water, calming the river until it stilled. Even the reeds leaned in to listen. Benny lay on Ron's edge, paws tucked under his chin. Pip nestled beside him, wings folded. The saxophone sound wrapped around them like warm dusk. It wasn't just music, it was a lullaby, not just for Benny, but for the whole world. A song to help everything sleep. Paul played on, slow and steady, letting each note glow and fade like moonlight on water. Benny's breathing slowed, his thoughts melted away, and sleep arrived gently, carried in the golden hum of Paul's saxophone. The end. Good night, little dreamers.